What's good, y'all? Welcome back to another video with your boy Irie Futures. In today's video, I'm going to be going over 3 trades. One of them I've taken yesterday, another one I've taken today, and then another one I forward tested today as well. I didn't enter that trade, but I marked it up as if I did. We went 3-0. So with that being said, let's hop straight into the charts. All right, y'all, hopping straight into it. So this is the setup I took yesterday on ES. So yeah, first things first, as y'all know, I come and check my higher time frames. Now, if you guys are not new, then you may see I changed up my strategy just a tad bit, and it's been working out pretty well for me. But if you're new here, just focus on what I'm doing now. So first things first, I'll always check the higher time frame bias just to see what I'm gonna be looking for today, either buys or sells. Now, when you see this chart, look in here. When you see this chart, you see we had just broken above the 200. So I was honestly looking for buys, not immediately, but I was looking for buys eventually, because if the 200's flat, I usually don't trade it because that's a sign of consolidation and manipulation. So that's what I see on the higher time frame. So I wasn't really looking at ES, if I'm being honest. But it eventually gave us a setup. So I see that I'm in favor of going long on ES, right? So with that being said, this is the chart. And as y'all know, I trade supply and demand. And if you're looking at these zones, they just look real nasty. It's all wicked out and things like that. And it was just looking very bad in the beginning, honestly, because as you can see, market open here. So all this time, it was just looking bad. But nonetheless, we caught a setup. So I went ahead and marked my breaks, of course. Marked my breaks. As you can see, it kept wicking this. Then it broke here, right? And so I went ahead and marked this last down candle before the move up, which would be this one right here. Now, again, if you watch my videos before, you guys know that I wait for a break and close above or below the EMA, which is this line right here. But as you can see, when price came into the box, there was no way for me to wait for a break and close because it never closed below it and then broke above it, you know? So with that being said, I went ahead and entered off of the next bullish candle. Because I'm in for buys, I entered off the next bullish candle. If I was going in for sales, I would enter off of the next selling candle, right? So once I saw this blue candle right here, that was my indicator to just get in the trade. Stop loss below the zone. You could put stop loss below the wick or the candle that you entered, but below the zone, it protects you from getting faked out more often, basically. Because looking at it, like this is a perfect example. If I would have entered off of the candle, I literally would have got wicked out. And let's say I did put it below the previous down move, this candle right here, still would have got wicked out, right? So I go ahead and put stop loss below the zone, and my 1-to-1 is break even, no partials. So as you can see, hit 1-to-1, and then I target it 1-to-2. And it's really that simple. That was the trade, right? So that was my trade yesterday on ES. And then we come over here. I'm going to show you, this is the trade that I had marked up, right, and forward tested. I didn't take this setup. So we come over here, and now I can introduce y'all to my new indicator because I showed y'all what I do from scratch. So my new indicator is simple, just a simple break of structure indicator, right? So I went ahead, turned this on. As you can see, today we are in favor of sales, right? On the hourly, we're below the 200. So market open. I went ahead and marked this zone here. This last up candle before the down. And as you can see, price came down, came back up, but it never tapped the zone, which is fine. We're not going to chase these markets. So came up, never tapped the zone, and went back bearish. Then price had a break of structure right here. So what was the last up move before the break, which was this candle right here. Now, I saw this happen in real time, but I didn't really trust this zone because I'm used to seeing at least like a retracement like this, at least 2 candles. You see how this one is boom, boom, and then drop. This one is just that one bullish candle. I didn't really trust it, but as you can see, this probably would have been my biggest day ever because this mess went all the way to a 1 to 10. Crazy. But nonetheless, this candle broke, came back in, tapped into my zone. And like I said previously, I enter off of the next bearish candle because we are looking for sales, which would have been this one right here. So there's your entry, stop loss above the zone, right? And target that 1 to 2. Simple. I know it's 1 to 1, what 9, whatever. Y'all see it's 1 to 2. But like I just said though, this trade went crazy. This is a 1 to 2. Like, look at crazy. But the only thing about this is you didn't have any higher time frame targets. That's the only thing. Cause we're not at all-time lows, but we're pretty far down to where if you was to look to your left, it will take you a little minute to find some targets. But as you can see on the 4-hour, you probably could have targeted the 4-hour lows, maybe here and maybe here, you know, and caught that whole move. But then again, I don't be trying to catch like big old moves like this because what's the odds of that happening? Like, you would have ate good for sure though. But yeah, so there we go. ES delivered. ES has been pretty fire this week. So now we go to gold. This is the trade that I actually took, right? So we go to gold, and on gold for the day, let's turn this on. As you can see, 200's up here. So I'm looking for sales. All right. Now we drop down to our lower time frame, and let me clean it up for y'all just a little bit. So drop down to our lower time frame, right? As you can see, once market open right here, we was already in that bearish momentum. So I went ahead and marked a zone. Now, if the candles are tiny, I mark multiple candles. For instance, as you can see, this little baby candle right here, I'm not just finna mark this or this, you know, I'm gonna mark a little more. But price never came up to it, right? And then I went ahead and marked these candles. And this is where we found our entry. Now, as you can see, we had a break of structure off of this candle right here. And we went ahead and got a tap. Came down, tap right here. You see that little tap right there? Now, this was my trade on the funded account. It was that entry right there. But on my live, I went ahead and got more of the sniper entry. I got in off that retracement that you see right here. I got in off of this on my live, and we took this candle, right? So definitely ate good today. So yeah, this one's my live account trade. And then this one right here is the funded. But as you can see, the funded never hit TP, sadly. But the only reason I got out is because it is Friday and markets was finna close in an hour. So I just went ahead and closed my positions at just a little over 1 to 1. Still ate good, you know, and that's it. That's literally the trade. So my strategy is real simple, real simple. And it's even simpler than before, you know. You really don't even need indicators anymore. Like, I could literally trade off a straight market structure, and that's how you're supposed to do it. But yeah, just to talk to y'all just a little bit. So as y'all know, I did try and pass a funded account on Lucid, and I ended up failing that account. I can actually show y'all the statistics. I'm gonna give y'all a real in-depth update of what's happening. So this is the account right here, and yeah, it was just bad, you know. Like, look at this graph. Your graph is not supposed to look like this, okay? It's supposed to be gradual, you know, uptrend, or gradual downtrend, not up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Like, this is ridiculous, right? 34 days, 76% blew the account. We could look at the, and honestly, even starting off, I didn't even let my trade hit stop loss or TP, and then that happened. This happened. Mind you, I was risking 400, so this was just a regular day. And then this one, like, I don't even know what I was doing. It was just off to a bad start. Definitely messed up my consistency all up in here. And then you see some steady profits, 400, 400, 2, lost 4, made 4, steady, right? Then this day, 1100. Like, it was just all over the place. Lost 800, made 600. Like, it was just all over the place. Here we are for this account, mind you, 2 trading days, consistency at 65% right now, and we're already halfway done with the eval. Halfway done. Yesterday hit for 9. This was supposed to be a ban. They keep taking their fees. And then today's trade, like I said, was targeting 1 to 2, so it was supposed to be another 9, but we went ahead and just closed a little over 1 to 1, and there we are. We're halfway done. I'm looking to pass this sometime next week because it is Friday. So yeah, honestly, my plans, because I go on vacation the end of this month, June. So I want to, honestly, I want to have at least 3 50K accounts by the time I go ahead and leave. And I think it's doable, very doable, because let's just say I do pass this account with some losses, maybe. I could get this done next week. And in my head, I'm like, if I could do that, I could pass 1 account each week. And my trip is in 3 weeks. So I could be 3 accounts. And yeah, that'll be that. So that's the goal for right now. I'm not really documenting me passing this, only for the simple fact that I was trying to keep it on the low until I pass. Yeah, I just been locked in, man. I've been locked in. Don't ever think I'm slacking or anything like that. Don't ever think that, because we right here. 2 trading days, halfway done with the account. Let's do it. I'm trying to run it up. I need 3 accounts by the end of June. Let's do it, right? I literally just witnessed my brother pass a whole eval account in 1 day. Not even a day, 3 hours. I kid you not, 3 hours. He took a trade at 6 a.m., smacked 1 to 2, took another trade at 9 a.m., smacked 1 to 2. I kid you not. If I'm lying, I'm flying. I'll show y'all right now, actually, just so y'all know. This is all raw, right? This is all raw, no rubbers involved. Oh, shoot. Sonny trades. That's 1 trade he took 8 hours ago, right? Another trade. No cap. 5 hours. In case y'all think I'm cap. But yeah, did that. So, nonetheless, that'll conclude today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Hopefully you guys learned something. If you have any questions, just drop them down below. I'll get to you ASAP. But with that being said, don't forget, keep everything irie, and I'll catch you on the next video. We funded by the end of this month. Let's do it.